All right. Hey there, Delco. We have a nice little spicy episode for you tonight. We've got What's Happening Delco, which is why I didn't open this episode with the phrase What's Happening Delco. But we've got Rich Shane and Dawn Ranieri. It's pronounced Ranieri? Ranieri. Which one?
Why do you sound like you're saying it like this?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know these
you
Italian
dropped an
names.
octave when you dropped their name in there.
The
Ranieri,
Italian names always get me. Al. What's your last name? Zaffieri? Oh, you make fun of me for that, but you're the one who calls it Simoneras.
Because that's how it's pronounced.
I'm going to call Simoneras. Oh, yeah.
But it's not pronounced that way. You have to do it right, bro.
But it's not about us or Simoneras tonight, Al. Yes. It's about What's Happening Delco. They are, according to their Instagram bio, a news and media website, which sounds pretty official. We're not even that. I think we're comedy novelty content.
Yeah.
You guys help the Delco community and businesses thrive. You are the founder, Rich. Do you go by?
I still go by Rich.
You're not okay.
You forgot how to read?
Yeah, no.
Okay,
my glasses on.
Sure.
Sharing events, free podcast, free business network. So, what is it that you guys actually specifically do to explain those descriptions?
What we focus on is highlighting and spotlighting Delco people and Delco businesses.
Cool.
And we'll go out and about in the community and we'll do some social media stuff, take pictures, we'll write articles, blog posts on our website. And the goal is to really shed a spotlight on people in Delco and what they're doing.
That's great. When did you guys start doing this officially?
We actually started back in the pandemic. So
the P word! Oh no! Zuckerberg's going to kill us. They started in the pandemic at the beginning?
We used the P word, not the C word.
I know. At the beginning or in the middle of it?
I think it was pretty much in the beginning.
Right when some of these smaller businesses needed the most help they could get.
Right. And we're both, small business owners ourselves. So we wanted to help the community. And we actually started with Spotlight. So we were kind of spotlighting these businesses to try to get them out there a little bit more.
Spotlighting them on your social medias?
Yes.
Okay.
We would go out and do videos.
Yeah.
During the P word.
Ooh. Yeah.
And there was only one business that actually wore a mask. And but it was actually fun. We would go out and video and do a quick 3-question video. And it got a lot of traction for those businesses.
Like short enough for a reel? Like that would just, if you're sitting on the toilet, you'd watch the whole thing and be like, oh yeah, this looks great.
Look at that guy outside.
During the pandemic, was it? Sorry, the P word. Was most of them? What clientele was it mostly? Was it mostly like, the restaurant industry, anything like that?
I think it was more restaurants.
Yeah, they were.
And actually, fitness. I think they were the two top.
Fitness,
as you can tell, that's one of our favorite industries.
What is fitness?
Fitness sandwich in my mouth.
Oh yeah. Okay, so what was your? Do you recall who your very first spotlight was?
I actually don't remember.
What's the first one you remember? Like the original one you remember?
Actually, here's a good one. What made you say I want to continue doing it? Like, which one made you say, okay, we got something here. Let's keep rolling with it. That was with us when we started doing our shows. Like, there was one I couldn't tell you exactly what our first conversation was, but I can remember when I said, okay, we got something here. Let's roll with this.
I think Zach was 610 Fitness.
Yeah.
Right? And that, I think that just kind of started things with more momentum. That's the one that kind of stands out.
Gotcha. So just out of curiosity of just like social media, essentially like influencing all that. So you guys did a spotlight on these things, but you had to have already had essentially, a following going into that, right? How did you create the original fanfare to get people already on your page?
We had started and I think
we actually started with What's Happening in Lower Merion.
Right.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's still there. You can look it up. We haven't been really paying too much attention.
Is there a lot happening in Lower Merion that you could do a whole? No. Is that what happened? Okay, I just.
No, and I was like, you know what? I'm picking up the domain for What's.
It was her
Delco
idea
because I lived in Delco pretty much all my life, and I'm like, there's so much to this community that we've got to, we put that on the back burner at first, but then we decided to kind of go full throttle with that.
Yeah, so we already had.
You never go full Delco.
We did have the platform going. We did a lot of contests. We did a lot of highlights of. We asked people what was their favorite cheesesteak, what was their favorite pizza place.
It's always a good way to get reactions.
Yeah, so we started building up our social media presence.
What was the winner of the cheesesteak that people like the most?
I don't even remember back then. Right?
That seems so long ago.
It's the place up the street from me that I don't go but anywhere there.
Yeah. I can tell you now that Delco Steaks is mentioned a lot because we ask on our podcast, where is your go-to place for cheesesteaks? And Delco Steaks.
I have to admit, the cheesesteaks in the county have definitely dropped. There's a lot of good places that aren't around anymore.
So
pizza and cheesesteaks, I have to admit.
So just one question. It sounds like you guys had started, your core roots were What's Happening Lower Marion, like mainline, where Delco Steaks are, Broomall, Newtown Square border, lower mainline, right? Or they think they are sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they won because your core audience was basically that was their main thing out in that area?
No, I would say it's even now that we do the What's Happening Delco podcast.
Yeah.
People are from all over.
Oh, yeah.
But, you've got Delco Steaks right here with their little miniature golf
just
course.
open in Ridley, yeah.
Yeah. So
and there's one Chad's Ford, too. I just learned that today.
Yes.
Still Delco?
It's Delaware County. Yeah. No, that's a great point.
No,
it's not Delco. It's Delaware County.
You got to get it right.
So, just going back to that, we did the food thing one time. We'd done the most Delco towns, most Delco bars, and the first year, Ridley Park won. They beat Glenolden in the finals out of all 64. The bars was Dolan's in Ridley Park beating Stanley Cup.
No.
Yes.
That was the second time.
The first year was Stanley Cup.
I thought the first year. Okay.
But anyway, Dolan's won. So it was just Ridley Park, and Glenolden were like our big followers. That's what we grew. So when we did pizza, no offense to Double Decker won. And everyone's like, that's a calamity. And then we just crunched numbers and we're like, it's because right now we have a bunch of Ridley and Glenolden people. Of course, the algorithm is going to go into a restaurant that has a place in Glenolden and Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing we always see. But of course, it's just for fun anyway.
Well, and
most of the time.
And as I made the joke earlier, the one thing is that people will argue if you sit there and say pizza or cheesesteak A is better than your favorite one, is you feel the best one. There's many of those people out here don't leave the area that they live in to even try a cheesesteak. Like I live in Clifton Heights, but I know that I go to Mike and Emma's down here in what's that, Folsom. I think that's the best cheesesteak, but most people don't do that. And they'll say, no, they're garbage. I'm like, have you ever eaten it before? No. Then how do you know they're garbage?
No, it's not the 500 feet I live at.
Yes.
So, of course, I haven't eaten it. And I also love, my favorite thing is I've run into a couple times this week. Like, someone from Upper Darby will be like, I heard this is a really good place in Springfield. Next time in that area, I'll check them out. Like, if I'm ever going that way, maybe to visit, my grandma or something. I'm like,
yeah.
4 red lights, man.
Yeah, I know. 3 minutes later.
Yeah. Or Ridley Park, just Pika's, that place is basically Philly, West Philly. You ever been there? No, but next time, a couple years from now when I go down to visit my aunt, I'll swing by though.
That's my favorite pizza.
Pika's? It's great. You're talking about the Upper Darby one, right? It's not the one in Westchester.
See, I always get this with people with Pika's. I love Pika's. I do, but it's so different. I can't say it's my favorite, but I love it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Because it's such a different...
People can like things and have it not be
No, but I'm just saying, it's so different. It's hard for me to compare to other pizzas. I almost kind of put it in its own pizza level spectrum. I don't really compare. I can't really think of too many other pizzas in the county that I can compare Pika's to. That's a Slacks. They do have the square pizza.
Well, to your point, does it become more about the actual pizza
or
the nostalgia of the pizza?
The nostalgia.
Oh, so nostalgia.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You're no longer comparing pizza to pizza. You're remembering the pizza you grew up with, and nothing will ever be better, even if it is better.
I don't know.
This sounds exactly
Pika's is good. Pika's is the best.
This sounds exactly like my last interview with my shrink.
Yeah.
You're like, pizza will never be the same, now. It's just nostalgia you eat.
That's nostalgia why nostalgia
so much is packing on the pounds for me.
Okay, so you guys started as What's Happening in Lower Marion. What was happening in Lower Marion?
Obviously, not too much.
Wasn't much.
I hate when I talk about myself too much during these things, but I actually work in Lower Marion right now at night. I work at Kelly's, the college bar. I can tell you that 5 things at any given time are happening in Lower Marion. Kelly's, the underagers get kicked out and go to McSorley's. Galifty's closes at 10, the Grog closes at 12, and then other than that, it's usually just like it's like ethnic food, but like super wasped up ethnic food. Like we have, it's an Ethiopian dish, but don't worry, there's no spices.
You mean gentrified food?
Greta down the street won't think it's too salty.
That's funny.
But that's
pretty much what's happening.
Yeah.
Episode 1 and the end.
Yeah.
What it really highlighted was a lot of restaurants and that was the focus.
Sure.
And we had partnered with a company early on, and they're no longer around, but they were offering discounts. So we were working to put the word out about their business, a lot of what they were doing in the restaurants. But to your point, Ardmore, Bryn Mawr, nothing really much else going on.
And they rotate really quickly too. Like I just heard like El Limon left, and I was like, oh, and it's just another super Americanized Mexican food.
Else.
Oh, right.
They didn't move. They didn't go away. They just went somewhere else.
Oh, within like the Lower Marion area?
Well, they have like 8,000
I knew that.
locations.
Yeah.
What, El Limon?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're one in Morton now.
Is there really?
The old coffee shop used to be right there on the tracks. Is the El Limon in
The
Morton.
coffee shop? The Morton Monster?
The original one, not the current location they're at now.
Okay.
The original location on the corner by the tracks is now El Limon.
Yeah, it's right around the corner from the coffee store.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys were Lower Marion, then you became. How did you make the transition? So you said that the What's Happening Lower Marion still exists. You started raw, like started fresh with the What's Happening Delco. Okay. You didn't change the page names, carry over the likes and all that.
No, we still have. They're two different.
Yeah,
they're still two different separate entities, and
We're
the
just not doing
domain was
anything
available
on Lower Marion anymore.
So what is do you guys have like any recurring events that you do, something that you basically are locked into that every year around a certain time you do something?
I think every year around a certain time we'll do this interview. I think that'll be new.
Like it?
Yeah.
Like it?
Yeah.
Like it. I'm just thinking like we do Delco Day every like
I would
June
love
or
to see how
whatever,
this translates to Lower Marion. Putting our faces in Lower Marion. You guys, fine.
Oh.
Not so much. I walked into Lower Marion one time. The guy just went, turn around, get out. I'm like, all right.
I used to work at the Marion Cricket Club, and let me tell you, dude, I was a fish out of water there.
My observation is I don't think we were Lower Marion enough to be What's Happening Lower Marion.
Oh.
So this kind of fit in much more.
You didn't hit the Lower Marion peak? Is that what you're saying?
No, I know what you mean. So Lower Marion is just like, there's a lot of like, if I just have to guess from working there forever, it's a majority of it's like the old money, like the super grandfathered in, like generations passed down, and they only do their like upper
Delco
echelon,
DuPonts?
like out of touch rich stuff, and then the rest is kind of like transplants that have like nice government jobs that have like enough money to live in that area, and then a solid amount of athletes that are just like, 1 year lease on something. I don't know, but there is like a big divide on the classes within Lower Marion. I feel. I don't know. I could be wrong.
You could be wrong. You usually
Like
are
there's
wrong.
the nice apartment complexes, which are nice for like any Delconian, but then there's like, you go down Argyle Avenue or Ithan Avenue, and it's just like, that is a mansion that I probably can't even read the number of how much it costs.
Looks like a phone number.
Right.
With the zip code.
Yes.
I mean, area code. Oh.
Okay, so what is your like what's your main is there any sponsors you get from this, or is this just out of love? Like, is there a business aspect to this?
Out of love.
Really? So you guys have like full-time jobs, daytime or whatever? It looked like you're a Remax
Well, they did
dealer.
say
Am I allowed to say that?
I'm a Remax dealer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You sell Remax.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm a realtor.
Okay.
And that's my full-time job. What we've really gotten a lot of traction with, and what's really been exciting to be started, Delco Meets for Business.
Okay.
And that will celebrate our 1-year anniversary on next week, February 15th. So it's a networking group that is growing, doing very well. And we average now around 30 to 35 businesses that join us. We meet the first and third Thursday at the Upper Crust. No, first and third Thursday at the Brick House, and the second, fourth Thursday at the Upper Crust in Newtown Square.
See, how often you guys been doing that for now?
It'll be a year next week.
Okay.
Why can't I think where Brick House is?
It's right up the street from our old studio, broski.
Right
The Brick House.
Oh, the breakfast place?
Yes.
Oh my God, that was the name. Oh, that's good. You diversify to one end of the county, the other end of the county.
Yeah.
They
That's
do
brilliant.
lunch too.
They do.
Yeah,
Their food is actually really good.
our studio was legitimately next door to it.
I've eaten there more times than I like to admit.
During the P word, that was my breakfast 3 times a day,
Yeah.
or 3 times, sometimes a day, but most of the time 3 times a week. Have you gone to Rosemary yet?
No, but they were guests on the podcast.
Were they really?
We keep saying we need to get over there.
They actually let Holbrook in, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, I had like an almost like presentable enough shirt, and they were just like, "You can come in." It's great. It's a little. I mean, it's not covering anything. It's a little pricey, even by like 5-star standards, but it's worth it.
You're talking about your shirt or the restaurant?
No, this shirt was from Temu. This shirt
okay.
was $5.
Wow, that's a lot on Temu.
I know, dude. It's one of their most expensive products. But no, Rosemary's great. I can't endorse them enough. The guy's story's great. They put the love into it. And the cool thing is, like, even though it is a little pricey, they have a seasonal menu.
The menu changes. It's
so
great.
Every fall, winter, spring, summer,
which is like a genius idea on multiple levels. Because listen, I like going to places that there's certain things I like to get, but if I also know that I'm also a guy who likes to try different things too. So if I know that we haven't been there in a couple months, there's a good chance that we have a new menu. We can go do something completely different.
Right. And if it's like $200, $250 for 2 people, like that adds up. But if you're just like, oh, technically I only have to go there 4 times a year, that's great. And I'm probably going to go 4 times a year to check it out.
Yeah. Listen, $200 for a meal anymore, dude, that's actually not a lot.
It's true.
I mean, the way things have gone up and everything, I take my wife out to dinner, and the place is a lot less nicer than Rosemary. It's been close to that. So
it is really good.
It's like highway robbery some places you go to. But if you ever feel like you get robbed, I go to David R. Cherry.
I was going to say Dolan's because it was across the street and say go right into the sponsors.
Yeah, we could change it, but it's okay. David R. Cherry, call him at 610-565-0300. Cherry Injury Law.
Why would you call him if you got robbed?
Because criminal law.
He's not a cop.
Criminal law. You need help. Come on, man. I got to let it be. Let me have this one. Let me have this one victory. David R. Cherry.
Not Batman, Al.
Yes, he is. In my world, he is. David Cherry is Batman. Call for all your workers' comp, motor vehicle accidents, personal injury, criminal law. David Cherry is the man with the plan to fight for your rights at cherryinjurylaw.com or call him at 610-565-0300. Number again is 610-565-0300. And if you're a little peckish, go to Fat Cal Jerky at fatcaljerky.com.
Peckish.
Let me have it. Fat Cal Jerky, follow them on Facebook and Instagram. All these great flavors you see up here on the screen: jalapeno garlic, honey habanero, teriyaki pickle, one of my favorites. Plus, they have some new great treats coming out, even treats for your favorite fourth-legged friend out there. Yes, that's right, fatcaljerky.com. And if you need to wash that down with a great drink, I go to Dolan's Bar at 24 East Sellers Avenue, Ridley Park, across from Rosemary.
Across from Rosemary.
You never know what's going to happen. You know when ex-athlete's going to walk in the door. PJ knows how to throw a party day in and day out. Quiz and music, great times, even great food now. The new menu I'm going to be putting up that shortly.
If there's going to be an actor studying for a role, picking up an accent. That has happened more than once.
I helped them. I'll be honest.
I sure as heck didn't.
Dolansbar.com, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the TikTok. You can find them on all those things. But go to dolansbar.com and tell PJ that Delco Live sent you.
So, I keep getting sidetracked. So, sorry.
Did not take his meds today.
I know. No, I'm frazzled from that ride here. I swear the traffic.
I've never seen a man who's lived in Delco as long as he has and get so frazzled by the traffic that's been going on since you've been born.
It's getting worse, dude. That's a problem. It is getting worse. Since the P word, I swear to God, traffic's gotten worse. It's not like
I think people forgot how to drive since then. That's a true fact. True fact.
Yeah.
I think people have forgotten how to do common, everyday activities that we did all the time without thinking twice about it. And driving and being courteous is the other one. Like how people react to people. Like I've seen people talk to people face to face, like at a store now, like they're on a Zoom call or behind a Twitter handle or something like that. Because people's common courtesy has gone, and patience, by the way, has gone right. Because I think they wasted all in 2020 and in 2021, and now nobody has patience for the next 10 years or so. It's terrible. That's just my my segue there.
Distracted again, Al.
Oh my God! Did somebody jingle the keys in front of your eyes again?
No. So Rosemary, what other places? Like, what were some ones that blew you out of the water?
I think Dolan's.
Yeah,
You
talked to them?
That was
yes.
Of course they talk to PJ.
They're so easy to
talk
work
to
with.
PJ.
They're so easy to work with. I mean, no offense to like bar owners out there, but the cliche is most time bar owners are rough to work with. He is one of the there's like 10 I can name off the top of my head that I love dealing with. He's number one.
Yeah.
What is really cool is just the history of local bars that you'll get.
Oh my goodness, yes.
I mean, just that conversation alone for me was a history lesson on local bars and corner bars and things like that in Delco.
The fact that they started in like Williamstown, New Jersey, moved
Yeah.
over here, and then they just kept everything going. It's the second generation, which is crazy for that long of a span. I do love the history of bars too. The one I normally hang out at is, I believe it's the oldest legal bar in Pennsylvania. Busty's. It started like the day that Prohibition got repealed.
Oh, okay.
Which is, the anniversary's coming up. Yeah, I love history stuff. We used to do a
yeah, he loves the history of the bars.
Yeah, like going get my hand, my
history
toes
or the
wet.
bar history.
Both.
Okay.
No, we used to do a thing where we did the most Delco bar and all that, and we got very intimate with like 128 plus bars in this county.
A lot of kissing the bar owners.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
A lot, really intimate.
You'd be shocked at how many bars are actually in Delaware County. 550,000 people, and we did 128 in our tournament. We probably left about 30 to 40 out.
And then we had one by accidentally. We kind of
combined two.
We combined two names. We got them confused. And man, did we get a raft of...
Well, no. One day, real. Kelly Monahan's will be a place out.
Yeah, we're going to open a place called Kelly Monahan's just because of that. That bracket...
Have you ever been to Kelly's or Monahan's? They're both in Essington.
I think we've been to Kelly.
Monahan's is the one right by Blue Turks.
It's not Kelly Monahan's?
No. See? Oh. I thought it was too.
No, it's Kelly's Corner.
Yeah, it's Kelly's Corner. And like
so Monahan's is the one right across from the parking lot from Blue Turks.
Yes.
Kelly's is if you go another couple blocks down and make a right. It's down on the corner across from what's the other?
It's in like
Flashbacks. It's like catty cornered across the street from Flashbacks.
I see just free promotions to them because we did mess them up. They were really cool with it. I do suggest check them out. Kelly's has a great menu right now.
I was just about to say that.
Monahan's has shepherd's pie egg rolls.
Well, Kelly's, I did a show from there last year when the Eagles played the Giants in the playoffs last year, and I did a live remote from there. And their menu is like a chalkboard the size of a wall, and it's completely from top to bottom. And then they have like specials, and they have a shepherd's pie that I saw come out bigger than your head.
Is that an Essington thing where they're trying to replace a Stromboli?
Maybe I don't know.
Because Romano's love the history of it. Romano's Stromboli's putrid nowadays.
Is it? Yeah. I haven't had it forever.
It's kind of, I mean, no offense to Pika's. They do what Pika's does where they pre-make a bunch, freeze them, and then thaw them out on busy nights. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like the rumor about Pika's. Like, oh, on Friday, Saturday, don't order a cheese or pepperoni. Make them make something fresh. That's that with the Stromboli, and that's much harder to do with the Stromboli.
I've not had a Stromboli from Romano's.
So your meetings that happen at Upper Crust and Brick House. What do they consist of? Literally just the CEOs, the managers of certain companies just come in, rubbing elbows, seeing how everyone can help each other out.
Local business owners. We get a lot of people that are absolutely starting new businesses. Yeah. Leon from Delco Effect.
Mm-hmm. The candles.
Yeah. I mean...
Oh, he's been part of Delco Day, I believe.
Yeah, he's dropped stuff off, and he's been part of one of our Delco events. And the bartending event we did the other.
Yes.
That's right.
Have you worked at Drexel Brook yet?
Have we worked there?
Like with them?
Not necessarily.
I would say, yeah. They're looking for
their restaurant's actually freaking amazing too. The Streetlight, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be eager probably to say something to you guys.
Okay.
So it's the meetings, they're just rubbing elbows, Delco, meeting Delco, seeing how Delco can help Delco, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that you guys are somehow related to, or at least have worked with the Delco Chamber of Commerce. Kind of a similar concept to what they do.
So we're in partners with them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And we are chamber members as well.
So you guys are like an official like LLC, like an actual like company, not just like a social media entity.
We are. I mean, we don't do anything though that we're taking payments for though.
Right.
It's kind of like right now we're just doing everything for free just to support the community.
That's cool.
In our spare time.
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah. So he's at Remax, realtor, not a dealer. What do you do?
I am a holistic coach.
Oh shit! So that's
wellness.
Gotcha. So this is truly like.
So you can help me with all these sad feelings I have constantly inside.
So I mean, it helps you guys. Like,
and really my mother said I was not savable.
Everybody's.
As a holistic coach, do you think the chiropractors are a scam? Be honest.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, like percentage wise.
So chiropractic care, you're saying isn't
like not,
but there is scammy.
Rule out orthopedic like individuals.
You were rolling out.
But they're a scam.
Yeah, I've gone to a chiropractor and that has helped me very much. So, I mean, I'd rather go to more of a holistic based doctor, and I think they're closer to one than
regular doctors. I think I joined a chiropractic cult, but that's for a different episode.
But I mean, I know people that have had horrible results with chiropractors and other ones total opposites.
Really?
Okay.
So what do you do in your, like, what is the services in your business that you offer?
So I offer, my sessions pretty much include working on getting to the root cause of an issue. So really focusing
Man.
on
physically, mental, or
do you get paid by the hour? Because you could just retire on him alone. I mean,
it could be mental, it could be physical, it could be spiritual.
check. Holbrook.
Let's say I have a shoulder pain that's like an impingement here, and I can't really lift my arm higher than this, but I also have abandonment issues. Are they related?
He does.
Usually,
he does.
most of our issues do stem from some type of stress and issues.
You mean our pain issues, like
yes.
like back pain and stuff?
So can you please just I need it recorded and on air. Can you say that stress eating is a real thing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's real.
My God,
see?
yeah.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 100 pounds of weight that tells you that it's a real gosh darn thing. Yeah.
Every Delco day I make a thing where I'm like, I'm going to lose 61 pounds by Delco day, and then it's like smooth sailing, and then like
so we
the interviews, all the stuff starts. I'm like stress eating, I gain like 5.
By the end of by Delco day, we just moved the decimal point over, so he just loses 6.1 pounds, and then he still gets that 610 in.
And they're just like, at least you didn't gain 6.1 by the end of it.
It's happened. It's happened.
Has What's Happening Delco like helped you guys find clientele for your day jobs and all that?
Yes.
Good networking personally. That's great.
It's funny, we were just talking about that, especially in the meeting. Like I've picked up a bunch of clients, and I work with products too, like really interesting technology.
Really?
Kind of similar to what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been and we've met so many great, like we've really connected with a lot of people in our group, and I mean some of them we can really consider as friends at this point.
Is it like an open invite to there's not like a fee or anything you got to sign off on?
No fees, no restrictions. Like there could be 5 real estate agents, which normally, thank goodness, there's not.
Okay,
but, we don't restrict it in any way.
Do you hope there is? Maybe a fight breaks out. Makes it more interesting. I'm just saying. We hope we're going to throw a podcast part, and every podcast will just see who says they're the best, and just kind of just fight it out to see how it goes.
We try to play nice.
I've never helped anybody.
I think if a fight did break out, it would probably be our financial planners.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so tenacious.
Yeah. So I think
do they think they have a better way of saving money than the next guy or the next girl does?
I will tell you, what's really interesting is that they all come from their own perspective, and they really don't.
They do work together well.
They really do. Yeah. That's the thing about this group. Everybody's out to help each other. And as Dawn said,
it's a very dynamic group. It really is.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's funny though?
I thought you meant the financial advisors that were fighting.
No, they're not.
No.
Oh, they're tenacious.
But if there were, that would be the segment.
Oh, you're saying that's the segment that you. If that fight was going to break out, it was going to be financial advisors beating each other with their portfolios. Yeah.
Dude, you ever go on like mortgage.com and like been like, how much what mortgage can I afford with what I make? And as soon as you click like, you put your name in, you'll get called 7 times in a minute by Rocket Loan, all this stuff. Tenacity. So have any success stories of setting other companies up with like some synergy between the people who come to the meetings?
Yeah. And that's one of the wonderful things is you can start to connect the dots.
Yeah.
About somebody that had referred, let's say somebody, Jim Bradley of Bradley Insurance Agency. So now he's introducing them to somebody that needs to do life insurance.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, it's the conversation of, oh, you know what? Yeah, I need my trees pruned. And, there's a lot of that synergy where people are saying, you know what? You're using my services, but there are other people in our group that I can put you in touch with.
That's a great one. That's great. I love
how you subscribe to the idea. Maybe I'm putting words in your mouth. That there's no competition. That you guys can work with pretty much anyone. Even if like another realtor did pop in, like you don't seem like that would bother you at all. You're like, yeah, come on in. Is that like have you ever come into that like
Oh yeah.
well, this is an awkward moment.
You know, Al, one of the things I've realized
Yeah.
about networking as long as I have is it's also a lot about commitment.
Yeah.
And not too many people are willing to work at something like that for the long haul. They come for a few times and they don't get any business, or nobody.
They don't get that instant gratification.
Yeah, and then the next thing you know, they're looking for something else. So it's about the longevity. And I think that when you look at the idea of building relationships with people, and it's like, you know, that mentality of how do we help other people, and then it'll come back to you. And that's our philosophy.
We've had, 70% have seen, referrals out of the group. So it's been,
wow.
And these are people that have been with the group for a long time, but there are people that maybe have been there, 4 months, that we've probably given like 3 referrals to.
My Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes down to, you said a lot of diversity amongst the industries and clientele that come in there. I assume that just because it's Delaware County, most of these businesses, they probably have a specialty they deal with, like doing real estate. Like, do you have a certain area that you really focus on, or like anything like that? Meanwhile,
Chester, Bucks, Montgomery, Philadelphia, and Delaware counties.
Oh, everywhere.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know some people will be like, I do really good in like Springfield. This other person does really good in Chadds Ford, or like, and you could refer within your own industry. Like if you had 2 pizza shops, maybe one's in one area, one's in another. Maybe one specializes in pizzas, one's more of a sandwich shop. And then you could refer within each other. Like if someone's coming in there, someone's coming there. Synergy. I think that's a really cool idea. And you guys have a good following too. So, just even plugging them and get them out there. Like I followed you guys or whatever. Anytime you post something like that and it pops up my feed, there's something I will have seen that I probably never would have seen if I didn't go look.
Yeah.
That's
now exactly your podcast. Like how, like, is that live? Is it pre-recorded? Like, how do you guys do that?
Pre-recorded. Every Thursday we comes out. You're the voice behind it, so you can say more.
Yeah, what do you guys most like? If it's mostly clientele and it's diversifying every week, is there specific topics, or you just focus on 1, 2, 3 per episode?
We talk about how those businesses got started. We talk about what sets them apart. We talk about the kind of origin story that they have, and just what our goal is to tell the story of that business and draw people. I mean, we what's really fun is when we get some sort of a message, email, or what have you, that says somebody called me out of the blue because they heard the podcast episode for business. And so the beginning is talking about their business, and then the second half is talking about Delco and questions that we ask about Delco and things like that.
Now, is it just audio? What do you guys do?
Just audio.
Just audio, okay. And they can find us on all the normal podcasting outlets, Apple,
Spotify.
Oh, because during this whole episode, we're going to be posting everything.
Yeah. YouTube, you said too? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and
we
then
leave the live stuff and the video to you guys. So,
the pretty faces, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The so these episodes, do they mostly have a representative from the company, or do you just piece it together when you talk to them, possibly at these meetings, or at a meet and greet or whatever, and then you put it together?
We do it over Zoom or in person.
Oh, cool.
So we'll do the audio recording over Zoom. It could be a business owner, or it could be one of the
like a manager or higher up.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's kind of what we aim to do, but we're supposed to also be comedy on top of it. And we failed at both.
Yeah.
Terribly.
We're good at failing. If that's a thing, like kind of an oxymoron, but they're really good at failing.
So you guys, you said you're from Delco. You are also from Delco.
I've lived and been a resident of Delco since 2004.
2004. Where are you originally from?
South Jersey.
Okay. Like which part? Like Washington Township?
The Delco part of South Jersey.
Camden.
Yeah.
Logan Township.
Mount Laurel.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to have an office in Mount Laurel.
I feel like this is like 3 degrees of separation. Or
Yeah.
something.
No, he's just stalking you.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I really did a thorough job.
Yeah.
That's why I had to write down the name.
You
of the
never
company.
lived in Mount Laurel. You're just making that up.
No, I worked at a company.
All right.
Connor Strong and Buckaloo, whose headquarters are there on Route 73. Is that
Actually,
the one
that
that has the Primos?
Yeah, that is true.
So I don't know.
Told you he's good at stalking.
Okay.
Okay.
And one thing I liked was that there was all these malls and shit you can get to, right? Jumping right on the highway and all that stuff. One thing I didn't like is how they were designed. You miss one turn, all of a sudden you're like 40 miles away.
Oh yeah, that's Jersey for you.
Oh boy, Admiral Wilson Boulevard. I still don't understand
it. Social media wise, where do people find you guys?
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. What else? I think that's it. What's Happening Delco.
They all link together, or you specialize certain things for certain platforms?
No, not really.
Okay.
Same thing goes everywhere.
What are some big events that you guys are plugging right now? Like, what's off the top of your mind that's coming up?
I think what we've been really focusing on is the Delco Meets for Business and our quarterly meetings. What's really come out of some of our interviews and some of the people that we worked with is doing some alternative events. Tri-state fire.
Yeah.
Right. Trying to do some sort of CPR training with him.
Okay.
And
I'm CPR certified.
Not too many people are, and that's the thing.
I was.
Yeah,
actually, like, there's some great places that make it a lot easier to get now, which is good. People need to do it.
So you're trying to set up like a big, like, promote a big class for that.
Yeah.
So I know most of the time it's basically just like, oh, go to Mercy Fit on like the third Sunday of the month and do it at 11 a.m. or wherever. You're trying to like organize one that might be better for a business professional to come do in their free time.
Yeah, like a Delco shredding event.
Done that.
A prescription drug buyback event.
I don't know. We have
a gun trade.
Yeah, I got a lot of guns that way. No,
is that how you did it?
Yeah, that's how I did it.
That's how I got
the see my
truck.
Just file off the numbers. And
that's
not
right.
sure
Come on. Yeah, not buying them.
Serial numbers are for communists.
That way, it's not a straw purchase.
Right.
It's just a straw.
It's a straw trade.
It's a straw trade.
Show me the Constitution where I can't do that.
Exactly. It's called the loophole.
All right, so you guys are trying to set up a CPR, anything else like that?
Well, back to the Delco effect, I know we were even thinking about doing a candle making event. So trying to incorporate some of these businesses, if they have something that we can...
It's kind of like painting with a twist, but with candles.
Yes.
I like
something. Yeah. Like,
can you drink at this? Just like you can drink at the other thing.
Like offering opportunities for like company like bonding exercises and all that. We had
most of the time our quarterlies were usually at like a restaurant drinking and doing that, but how cool would it be like in between to put something together and really get to know these businesses like close hand and what they're doing every day.
Yeah, we've just started to work out some things with Busted Saddle in Havertown, and
what's the name of it?
Busted Saddle.
New?
I'll be there next
They're
week.
Newer. Galentine's
That's the one I saw the ad for. Where's Busted
Wait, did you say Galentine's?
Yeah.
It's like February 13th, man.
A gala on Valentine's Day type situation?
More like a
for
girls'
girls.
Valentine's Day, so like when they get together and hang out.
So it's just for women.
Have you not seen
Holbrook, you can go. You do look like
Have
Rosie
you not
O'Donnell.
seen Parks and Rec, Al?
Yeah, no,
Galentine's
I haven't
Day,
seen
dude.
that.
It's the night before Valentine's Day.
So
Ladies go out and have their fun.
Oh, okay. So what do the guys do? Have to go shopping for Valentine's Day? Is that kind of how that works?
They are hungover from the Super Bowl because it's 2 days before. They have their night that week too.
And Mardi Gras starts on the 13th.
Mardi Gras starts on Galentine's Day.
Yeah.
Fat Tuesday. Woo.
Every Tuesday's fat.
I love how they name Tuesdays after us. So that's cool.
So the Galentine's Day. We just going back to the candle making idea thing. We actually had a guest previously. They were a charcuterie board company. I believe actually based out of Newtown Square as well. They had worked out something with a couple of bars where they would host something very much like that, like a make your own charcuterie board, and they wanted businesses to sign their people up, bonding exercises, things like that. So I think that's a great idea, especially for you guys. Yeah,
that's where Scott and Charmaine picked up that charcuterie board. They could have been a right.
Ooh.
And
wait, hold on. You might just came up with the best business ever.
Charcuterie broad.
Charcuterie broad. They do that with like the Asian people. They have like the sushi on the naked girl. I mean, that's a Asian charcuterie broad. I mean, you might have come up with something right there. Patent pending, guys. You can't take that.
For Galentine's
Day. It'll be guys and Tines. I don't know. Dudes and Tines Day. I don't know. That sounds German.
So wait, that's where they picked it up at. Was it a thing called choice charcuterie?
I'll have to ask Scott Wishart of Scott's Mini Wood Shop.
Ooh.
And if you need anybody to come over and drink all your whiskey, Scott's the guy.
Oh, Scott. Scott loves his scotch?
He loves his scotch. He loves his whiskey.
That's awesome.
This is our new thing where I want to drop Scott because we have the other podcast, Fermented Adventure.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm trying to drop Scott in every episode we can now.
Tell us about that. So you got at least 2 podcasts.
Right.
Is it just 2?
Right now, and Dawn has.
You have
one,
your
too.
own. Oh, so 3 between the 2 of you. What's yours about?
Energy practitioner. So kind of teaching how energy is not woo-woo. There's science and history behind it, and
Like the Force.
Ah.
The Jedis.
What was
I love
it?
Alcohol, spirits.
Still, like local places.
That's a Force I know a lot about.
It's we've 2SP's been a guest of the podcast.
What's your favorite 2SP product?
I am more in love with their darker beers.
Okay.
The Russian. Yeah, I gravitate towards that.
I like the first time I ever had anything from them was the Delco Lager. Did not love it, but then everything else I've had from them, I was like, big fan of the rest of them.
Yeah. No, I enjoy their stuff a lot too. Like, yeah, the Delco Lager to me, I'm like,
yeah,
it was okay. It was all right. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to get this.
But
the other stuff, I'm like, okay, now we're cooking. I like the different stuff.
So do you guys just like try beer on the air?
It's breweries, cideries, meaderies, wineries, distilleries. Ooh. So we do international. We do across the country. Yeah. So.
Doing that for what?
Yeah. No,
really?
This is our 5th year on Fermented Adventure. Yeah, we've entered that for 5 years. I know, for longer.
So do people come to the studio, or do you actually go out?
We do Zoom commercials or do Zoom interviews, or we will go live and do them
at
location.
Dope. What's the furthest away place you've gone for any of these?
Imber Distillery in London.
Wow.
That's pretty damn far.
We were almost in Scotland this year. Do another one, but with our passports.
Yeah, which is a lot more annoying than it sounds.
That's better than ours. I got revoked twice. So it happens.
I had this weird thing where mine came back because they said my chin and my head weren't the right centimeters or inches.
Like
or
from the frame, like in the middle
of
the
picture, it was too far away or something. It was I've never seen anything like that.
Really?
It was.
Wow.
So they literally, when I went back to get the new picture, they measured it.
Holbrook's picture is just face with gray hair, like a lion's mane.
Mine looks terrible. The way they took my picture.
Well, you're in it, so
yeah. It's basically, dude, just lock this guy up for Interpol right now. Like if he didn't do something, he's going to.
Yeah.
So they locked it up due to like distorted dimensions. That's fucked up.
Did they minority report you? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
They
arrested me before.
They arrested you before you could actually cause the crime. All right, it's not a bad idea.
That
happened when we went to Yankee Stadium too.
Maybe.
With PSG.
Oh yeah, PSG.
Yeah.
That's a story for a different day. So you went to London for all this. Were you just like out in London anyway, or you flew out for this?
It was for my birthday. Yeah. Oh. So it was. We specifically knew we were going to London. I reached out to them, asked them if they would be up for an interview, and that's when we met.
So now the London trip's a business write-off. See, I know you guys are on that.
Nope.
Genius.
I have like this savant level like way to remember birthdays. If you tell me your birthday, I will not forget. If I see you in 10 years, I'm going to be able to tell you.
Okay.
When's your birthday?
February 28th.
It's fucking easy. What about you?
May 4th.
That's easy too.
May the 4th.
Star Wars and the last day of
Yeah.
When's yours so we can get a card prepared now?
October 28th. It's exactly 8 months after yours. Yeah, all the 28th.
My stepfather.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what my birthday is.
Still illegitimate?
Yeah. Like we haven't figured it out yet.
He's January 4th.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm a Capricorn. Unless that changed. I don't know. Didn't that change?
Didn't
they like adjust?
They did, but then they took it back.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Of course they did.
Oh, did they knew
the horoscopes or whatever it is? Horoscopes.
They like announced it, and then like there were such no people. They're like, "You're right. Stars are. Let's forget stars. Like you can have whatever."
They were aligned fine the first time. Just put it back.
You can have whatever you had before.
Yeah.
What is you went to London? That's rad. What is your three favorite alcohols you covered on Fermented? What was the name again?
Adventures.
Fermented Adventures.
Remember your birthday 10 years from now, but not the name of your show 5 seconds later.
No sports jerseys ways to remember that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't remember them. So what was the top 3?
Top 3
alcohols in general.
That's tough. I love them all.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, is there any that you actually just did not like? There has to be some.
Like, did you ever try one like on the air and go, not a good idea?
I mean, there may be places that we didn't like things over somewhere else, but not really a specific
It also comes down to is a lot of stuff we're trying and we know about them even before. Although we never had Bimber before, but I mean,
when he hugs that, he doesn't want to share that with anyone.
I mean, I think it more comes down
Paul
to
hides his drinking a lot too.
Yeah.
So
it more comes down to the personalities of the people we're interviewing.
Okay.
And last year's the most I would say I really enjoyed Kiru Distillery. They're out of Finland.
Kieran?
Kiru, Kyr.
Oh, okay.
O with the little symbols on top.
The umlaut thingy.
That's what it is. I don't know. But that's their all their stuff is amazing, and they're really taking over the United States. They're coming on strong. But there are a lot of craft places that are making amaros, fernets, shochu. We go to a convention down in New Orleans. Last year was our first time, called Tales of the Cocktail. And just that exists.
Oh yeah,
it's 5 days of drinking and.
I thought that was Mardi Gras.
No, I'll tell you what, Tales is better than Mardi Gras.
Huh.
Because
when is that run?
July.
I thought you were gonna say on Mardi Gras.
Yeah. Sorry, Mardi Gras.
Tuesday.
July.
Sounds too hot and sweaty to be drinking in New Orleans at that time.
Been there, done that.
I mean, it's hot and sweaty during Mardi Gras. I could just imagine during July.
I went there in late June once, and I never seen a plane actually start sweating. The condensation was coming through.
Sure, that was the plane.
No,
Okay,
I know how much I was sweating.
Asking for a friend.
Oh, that's actually awesome. You never had all right. Do you like Foster's?
Foster's for beer?
Yeah.
Mate.
Who?
Foster's
mate. Yeah. You like it? I feel like someone just puts cigarettes out in a coffee.
We're not. I guess if you had to pick something, I guess it would be beer.
That we're not overly. We don't. I mean, we just feel like tired and bloated, and.
I mean, we don't like hop. We're not big hops people.
Right.
I like when it's like way too hoppy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Tired and bloated. That's our new podcast, by the way.
I like sours, like stouts.
Yeah, stouts, porters, things like that.
So I guess that would be.
You ever had a thing called grappe? It's like an Italian dessert, like not wine, but like it's like a real. It tastes like moonshine.
Sounds like a funny way of saying grapes.
I'm thinking grappa.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Oh, you
that's
grappa?
Yeah.
Okay.
My Delco accent took over.
Oh,
for
wow,
a second.
it sure did.
Yeah.
We just had something that somebody gave us while we were in Rhode Island. It was a liqueur from Istanbul. No, from France. The guy was from Istanbul.
We have confusion.
No, he was from Istanbul, but he brought this over from France. And I thought it was an akavit, but
I don't know what that is.
I feel like you could be making words up right now, and I'd be like, "Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about."
No,
Akavit's where I go get my food at. And
he was
the
guy
who wrote, Akavit.
So wake me up when it's all over.
No, dude, we're just gonna get pulled for.
Trust me, I did not hit the notes for the algorithm.
Bad,
so it was called. You thought it was an akavit, which I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's a distilled spirit, but this one had more of its roots in France, and I think it was still a wine-based spirit, but it was just delicious. But what happens is there are people making stuff everywhere. I mean, people making stuff culturally, recipes. We just had that Sewanee Spirits, which is a rice whiskey, and that comes from Gullah and Geechee culture from down south.
Oh yeah, like Gullah Gullah Island off the coast of South Carolina.
Yeah, so it's made from Carolina gold rice, and I didn't know that even existed, but it was really good.
You've been doing that for 5 years, and you have a steady episode every week.
Right now, yeah.
Man,
he's like right now.
So we have the fermented adventure.
On if you think about it, you have a steady drinking every day. So
sometimes multiple times.
I was going to say sometimes multiple times a day.
Sunday was a three.
Because I know real quick because I don't want to forget. I know we hit the social media. Is there any other websites or anything you guys want to plug before we close up shop?
We have what's happening Delco.com. It's a new and improved website that Dawn just created.
And you guys keep the calendar updated on that website. Yeah. And then you guys actually on your Instagram have the events thing. You click on that and you keep the story updated as the events it looks like.
For meetup.
Yeah. And when were they? That was twice a month. It was what was it first and third Tuesday?
First and third Thursday.
Thursday.
We meet at the Brick House in Ridley Park. And the second and fourth Thursday, we meet at the Upper Crust Restaurant in Newtown Square.
Oh, it's every Oh, it's every week, and then
Except
alternating.
for February,
Holy
like it is now. We do not do anything on the 5th week. So
So if someone has a 5th week, you're not doing it. Gotcha.
No, we give
gotcha.
people a day off.
I misheard. I thought like the first was
really
in one, the third was in the other. It's 1, 1, and 3, or at 1, 2, and wow, you guys are involved, man.
So we meet 4 times a month.
Good for you. How long do these
I don't want to be around them that much. So good
how
for
long
you
these
guys.
meetings normally last?
8:30. We finish at 10, and people do a little extra networking till about 10:30.
So, is there like an itinerary to the meetings?
First half an hour is open networking.
Okay.
So you're just saying hi to people, catching up on maybe a referral or talking to people, meeting new people that come, and then the hour from 9 to 10, we're allowing. So we go around the room and everybody gives a commercial, talks about what they do, what a good referral is for them.
Oh, I love that. It's not just like an open bar and like just killing time. Like you actually like make them speak and whatever. It's kind of like an AA meeting.
Yes, I was just about to say that. It's kind of ingenious if you think about it, because I've been to a bunch of these things, and like I didn't meet more than 2 people there because nobody wanted to come up and talk to me. I don't know if it was the way I looked. I was standing next to Holbrook, but like some people just don't have that.
Everybody's friendly.
I like that. I like that people have to talk, and that way you don't have to keep introducing yourself over and over to people, and then people are like, "Oh, who's that guy in the corner?"
And Rich always asks like to add to that 30-second or whatever. Sometimes it's a minute.
I'm sure some people get long-winded.
But he'll also ask like another question. So
like a ridiculous icebreaker.
Yeah, I think
something to get to know somebody a little bit more.
It's really is once you get a better idea of who people are, and you find those similarities. What musical instrument did you play growing up, or if you were coming up to bat, what would be your
walk-up song?
Yeah.
What would yours be?
Walking on Sunshine.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
mine would be So What You Want by the Beastie Boys, because it's boom. It's heavy, and I look heavy, like a power hitter, and then boom.
But yeah, that would be about right.
So those are your go-to? These are my go-to icebreaker questions I ask people.
Oh God.
What is the most obscure fact you know?
What's the one United States Capitol without a McDonald's?
Anchorage.
No.
DC. No.
Is that not the capital? Is it Juneau?
Montpelier,
Vermont. Okay.
Does not have a McDonald's.
Any reason, or
it's too small, probably they wouldn't want it there anymore.
Okay. That's a really good one.
That's a good random. That's really one of the better ones we've had.
Mine is that I normally ask people is what was the first movie that came out on DVD?
There's too much silence for the air right now. So
I know,
right?
I'll just let people at home think.
I would not even know.
It was filmed for DVD. Like they intentionally add when you hear it, you'll be like, oh, it makes sense. This is meant to bring up new meaning. It was Twister.
By the way, sequel coming out on that one.
A Twister?
Yep.
It's called Hurricane.
Twisters. Yeah. Yep. True facts.
Twister Act 2, Back in the Habit.
Yeah, right.
They bring back the cow?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually
it's just going to come back around.
It's a revenge story.
Yeah.
And one of my other things is what's the first thing you remember watching on Netflix?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be the first thing, but what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Holy shit!
What did you download Netflix for?
Yeah.
Well, that was back when they used to send the DVD.
It could be that. Yeah.
I think I got Netflix for my girls. It wasn't for me.
Well, what's the first thing you just remember being like, oh, this is on here. I'm gonna start this.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Really? Okay. The one I don't remember exactly what it was. I remember the first thing I remember was
I know why I got it.
I watched Lost.
I know I got it.
You know what? That's what I was thinking too.
I started it and it took up a month of my life.
The garbage kicking. The garbage picking, field goal kicking, Philadelphia Phenomenon was the first DVD I got from Netflix because I wanted to show my kids Tony Danza kicking field goals in an Eagles uniform.
So that's I love
that is I couldn't find it anywhere. I had to find. Netflix had the DVD, and it came right in the next day. I was the happiest dude in the world.
I love the concept of the way your meetings work, and they're only on Thursdays.
Only on Thursdays.
I work Thursday nights. I can probably take off though. You know what? This
is a morning event.
Oh, it's a morning. Oh, it's 8:30 in the morning to 10.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm late for work every day anyway. Really?
He really is.
I might be there. Maybe not this Thursday. That's okay.
Maybe you weren't invited, dude.
Even
better. I honestly don't remember them inviting you. I'm just going to throw this out there.
Everybody.
Not to get awkward.
Why I asked first, Al, if it was open and
yeah, but like
Delco, you're invited.
Yeah, check us out on Meetup. Delco, the number 4 meets Delco meets the number 4 for business.
So this is
Delco
week 1. So it's Brick House.
We are meeting. This will be the second week in February. So we're meeting at the Upper Crust, and next week is going to meet at the Brick House.
He didn't take his shoes off. He couldn't count.
Wait.
I mean, go on, guys.
Was the first? First was Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was 1 day off.
You were 1 week off.
So it's wait, you're at the where are you at this week?
We're at the Upper Crust.
You're at the Upper Crust.
Yep.
Maybe you draw him a map. That'd be great.
That's even better.
So actually, I might swing by next Thursday because I literally work in Eddystone, so I can.
Awesome.
And I'll go this week.
Drop off my kid at school and be on over.
You guys got a good turnout in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually around 30.
Is drinking allowed?
Coffee.
They do
water.
They do sell beer at the Upper Crust.
Because we can just calculate out front of the old studio.
I don't think they would stop you.
All right, cool.
Oh wait, yeah. I now that I know they're in the morning, these places actually just like open for you guys before business hours.
Your whole face got happy.
That was the morning, yeah, because I can go.
Oh my god, it's just.
I'm surprised because I didn't know he would get up in the morning like that. Usually he's going to bed about 7:30.
I was happy because now I can go.
You look like somebody just gave you free Super Bowl tickets.
Oh, for the Super Bowl, I would hate that. No.
I would just go wear something else for either team at that point. Like I would just be that guy.
So Brick House is open that early, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But Upper Crust. They do breakfast at Upper Crust?
I did not know that. I'm learning something new every day.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go to both. I like food.
Yeah, just try it out. The smorgasbord in this game.
I like food.
That's awesome. I will be seeing you at some point, and I will be on standby
so
for
Upper Crust guys
question.
Listening. If you're there, you're Delco business owners only, right?
No, I mean we have people that come outside of Delco.
Well, I'm sorry, business owners only then.
I mean, we have people that actually come outside of Delco because they're doing business in Delco, or
Okay.
they're looking to expand their business into Delco. So we're not territorial in that way.
It's business owners. It's
like
people
officers
that
of
work from
companies.
home.
Yeah, I mean
entrepreneurs.
Anyone who could help the whole network.
So everybody's welcome.
An army isn't just
trying to make it
generals,
exclusive here. You know what I mean? Like
you need soldiers.
Yes,
and privates.
it's
and all that.
formal wear only, right?
No, you can go casual business.
Is what I'm wearing acceptable?
Sure.
Never.
Right,
what you're wearing is
really don't have
never
any rules.
acceptable. Ever.
Is it because I look like someone spilled the entire jelly aisle on
You
a
look
shirt?
like Clifton Barney right now. Just throwing it out there.
Pink pants, purple shirt.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Hey, kids.
Fair.
Yeah, it's fair.
Fair. All right. I loved it. Al, any extra input?
Nope.
All right. I am going to swing by this week though, especially because it's the one out near me.
Yeah, maybe I'll hit the next week.
I do want to network, especially with Delco Day coming up.
Yeah.
Try to.
We would love to come by and talk about Delco Day because it really does help the businesses out.
We'll give you 10 minutes.
10.
Oh,
man, I
stand for 10 minutes.
If my Dawn was across the table from me, there'd be a lot of different jokes that came along with the 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But yes.
Sorry, we have a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
That we do.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll see you next year for our 1-year anniversary of Delco Live.
Spectacular. I am swinging out Thursday.